All right, welcome back to the Winnipeg Weight Loss Show with your host Mitch, Calvin Fitness. Really creative with my business name, my last name, Fitness, fairly self-explanatory at least. And I'm joined today by Judy Carlson, one of the members in CalFit, who just started only a few months back, has dropped 15 plus pounds, and kind of get a unique perspective on someone that's still early stages in their journey and what works and how they've made it all stick. So welcome, Judy.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great to be here. Mhm.
Appreciate you doing it. So what would be the first question I usually ask is, what were you struggling with? Where were you kind of stuck before we connected? Like, what was your life like before?
Um, to be honest, before I was very much lacking accountability. I have tried all the diets. I have done tried the quick fix. I have tried Weight Watchers, which I was successful on, but nothing seemed to stick with me. And I recently, in the last couple of years, I had a few health scares that really I knew it was time for me to get serious about my health and my weight. And luckily, I was blessed that everything turned out well for me. So, but I needed to take it more seriously. But I didn't want anything complicated, and I needed something more simple and that did have flexibility for my
Mhm.
schedule. And I wasn't one to sign up and go to the gym. I needed to be able to work out at home. I wasn't crazy into weightlifting. I was always about the cardio. So the weight lifting for me has really been an
Mhm.
addition and has been very successful for me. Um, so prior to joining, I think we connected about 2 years prior, and you kept checking in with me and going, "Are you ready?" And I was like, no." But I actually signed up on my birthday this year, and
Yeah.
it was just a gift that I decided to give to myself and really commit
Mhm.
to it. So, and it's been wonderful. It's been such a um I don't want to say like sure tracking the food and the five daily habits have been amazing, but it's definitely been a mind shift for me.
Mhm.
And that in itself um, has just brought me the success so far that I've had. That would be the biggest change for me is the mind shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so critical to keeping it off and building that identity. We talk about that every chance I can because I believe in it. So, was there a
hmm
breaking point though that led to that birthday decision? Or I think you may have known someone that went through the program as well. Or was it just sort of the
No,
opposite?
I honestly just was following you on Instagram all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
A breaking point, I was just tired of feeling the way I was. Like I'm 57 years old. I've
Mhm.
got grandchildren that I want to run around with. And I was just tired of feeling like I was 20 years older than I was. So, and the mind shift of finally deciding that I was worth it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what kind of held you back from starting previously, or it just you were at a breaking point, like you said? Were you skeptical of anything, or you weren't sure because you tried other things in the past? Like, what was sort of that barrier initially?
In total, honestly, it was probably fear of failure again. Yeah. Fear of failure. One more thing that I was going to try and it didn't work. And that's where I feel like this has been a change for me because of it is a lifestyle change. And that's,
Mhm.
and it's holding yourself accountable to do the things that are actually quite simple. It's nothing too complicated. It's just putting the work in. Yeah.
Yeah. So what was one of those early small wins that said, "Hey, maybe I can do it this time. Maybe something's different." Is there anything that jumps out?
Um, Honestly, seeing results on the scale, seeing the scale go down, but just even building my strength and my energy
Mhm.
level, like that was a big change. I'm definitely, and I initially went through the process thinking of um where my weaknesses are and why was I struggling in certain areas. And what I'll share with you is one of the weaknesses I have is when I get home from work. I don't want to cook. I
Yeah.
just don't want to cook. I've had a long day at work and
Mhm.
I just made it so that I ordered some of the meals from the 204 meal prep.
Yeah.
And I knew that was a weakness for me and I just kind of embraced it and just made it easier for myself. So
Love it.
that I credit that with a big success of keeping me on track. Yeah.
Yeah, systemizing it for your
Yeah.
weak point,
Yeah.
finding the
And
solution.
dumbing it down
Yeah,
a
I
little
love that.
bit, right? I
Yeah.
tend to overcomplicate things sometimes. So
Decision fatigue. It's like trying to eliminate those hard decisions you got to make on your own. Like obviously part of the process, just having that plan put in front of you, and you just have to execute because you got
yeah.
enough decisions to make in your day-to-day life everywhere
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So that's
And
fine.
for myself, I just also took some of the emotion out of food. Food is
Mhm.
fuel. And if I'm gonna eat the same breakfast for a few months in a row, then that's what I'm gonna do.
Mhm.
It
That's for
doesn't
you.
have to feel good all the time. It's just fuel. So,
Yeah, that's one way of looking at it. We like to
mhm.
have some flexibility, but it certainly works for
Yeah, yeah.
not
But
uniform.
it's just keeping yourself on track that
Mhm.
way. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the
Hmm.
fun part for me is like the results. So I don't know if you how deep you want to get into sharing, but if you don't mind sharing like measurable progress to this point, like what's kind of
Hmm.
on that short list of big wins.
Yeah. So, well, as of this morning, after I had bout of the stomach flu, I'm
Yeah.
officially down 21 pounds
Hmm.
since January, the beginning of January. So that feels pretty amazing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I haven't added up my total inches, but the last time I measured, I think I my waist alone, I was down about 3.5 inches. So, and I like the pictures, so I take the before and after pictures
Yeah.
and compare them, and it's noticeable. I'm getting comments now from people. They notice that I've definitely lost weight to my face and that kind of thing.
Mhm. Yeah, I think when I last checked, it was 6.5 inches combined on waist and hips
Hmm.
as of your last measurement. So yeah,
Hmm.
that's significant body fat loss, not just weight loss, where people chase
Hmm.
the number on the scale. We want to ensure preserving muscle and bone, and your strength is indicative of all the good things that are happening there too. Awesome. So
Yeah,
how's
that
your life?
and
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
no, so I was just going to say that is one thing that you have taught me because I know, I think it was about week 2 or week 3, I went up and I right away I was texting you going, what do I
Uh,
need to-" And you were just like, no, this isn't about the scales. And that really shifted something for me as well.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the scale doesn't measure lean mass, bone mass, two critical pieces to aging gracefully,
Hmm.
you know? And so you want to lose the quality body
Yeah.
fat, preserve muscle, and there's only one way to do that. It's steady and sustainable, and you've proven that out. Well, how has your life changed? You kind of mentioned off the top, like energy was there, that wasn't before, but non-scale wins kind of thing. Like what day to day, how are you seeing the biggest benefit from this?
Day to day, well, definitely. I've always been one to exercise in the morning, so I consistently do that. I get up and try and get, a good hour walk in the morning and get a lot of my steps in. Although I've recently shifted to have my workouts in the morning because I found when I got home from work, I was pushing them off a day or two and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So I'm trying to rework that a little bit.
Mhm.
Clearer mind. I definitely notice that during the day. Not needing coffee as much, all of that. The exercise piece of it certainly gives you those natural endorphins that you you realized you weren't getting when you were sitting on the couch watching TV all the time. So,
Huge, huge brain function and body function certainly are connected. Love
hmm.
that. Anything else? Otherwise, I guess the last question I had for you was just what would you say to someone that's like your former self? I'm in their DMs, but they're pushing me off for another year.
Hmm.
Like, what would you say to that skeptical person that's scared to start? Like, what's the first step?
First step is just take it one day at a time and just realizing it's worth it and it's not that complicated. It's really not that complicated. Yeah. And it's just the consistency of the program, right? Those 5 steps that you have lined out for everybody, just follow them and you'll see results. It's as simple as that,
Mhm.
honestly.
And it's hard to simplify in a world where there's such a steady stream of information with new hacks and wrinkles and peptides and everything. And
Yeah, yeah, and
so that's
that is
tricky.
aside. I do know a few people that have, gone that route, and I
Mhm.
had no judgment there at all. I actually had a prescription for myself to go on them, but I just thought I have not done everything that I think I can do to try and get this under control. And so until that piece of it fails, then if I need some help, then, but right now I couldn't honestly look in the mirror and go, yeah, you've done everything you can do to lose the weight. I couldn't say that to myself. So that's when yeah, I decided to let's join this program and
Make it
it's
happen.
been awesome.
Yeah, that self-awareness is powerful. Like have it fully committed and turned over every natural stone. No, then let's try that first.
Yeah,
No shame in that game going, ancillaries. Just know that that's probably a lifetime commitment in order to
yeah,
get the results you get from it.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So good for
Yeah,
you.
and that's what I feel like with your program, Mitch. It is a lifetime. It's
Mhm.
a doable lifetime commitment.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah. And we're trying to build independence with it. Or unlike other things, you're stuck, right? We want to build out a system in phases and get you through fat loss into more maintenance and kind of building up metabolism from there. And
Yeah,
eventually you've got the reins and you can run with it because you've built these habits
yeah,
on autopilot.
yeah, yeah,
Listen.
yeah. So yeah, anybody considering it's worth it. Honestly, it is worth it. And they're worth it. They're worth it to do it.
That's key. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's putting that self-worth high enough, putting yourself first for a change, and women, moms are especially guilty of that. But it's
Yeah,
hard to be at your best for everyone else when you're struggling with your health and brain fog and
yeah,
self-confidence issues. So yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Judy. Appreciate you
Thank
jumping
you.
on.
Yeah,
Mhm.
thank you.
We'll
That's
talk
been
to you
great.
guys. Sorry, I just